line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Welcome back here to PTA Racing TV, here tonight live here with Pedal and Metal Racing League as we bring out the Super Late Model Division here at the Paperclip track itself, Martinsville Speedway, right here on the show. Hi everyone, I am Christian Crusader Shriver, and welcome back to the show as always. As we get ready to get down to the field here tonight for our race here with Pedal and Metal Racing League, here's how we line these drivers up here tonight. This track is going to be all about one thing: controlling the paperclip, controlling the speeds and the power that the super late models have, while trying to consist of the whole routine of your mentality and your physical strength displayed on the show. As we get ready to lock and load here, let's take a look at our starting lineup here and now. On the pole, Matthew Alford, the 84, will lead him out. It is outside. It'll be Chantel, the undefeated one, bottle in the number 5. Runner number 2, Kevin Baker, the 87. It is outside. It'll be old Jeffrey Todd Tufts, the 72. Row number 3, it's going to be Dustin Sornaker, the 66. It is outside. Stanley Bottle, the 48. Your final star sees Robert Hissong, and the number 8 is outside. Jerry Keeney, the 61. Race fans, got a lot at stake, got a lot going on the show, and we are ready to get to it and get to the action as you are prepared to watch some paperclip racing here down on the short track of old Martinsville Speedway. We will progress and percolate. The drivers are ready to go at it here as they set the tone, set the track up for this long haul 80-lap race here tonight. Matthew Alford been derailed and defiled by many of the tracks last time at Iowa, coming so close to finally knocking the streak off the list. But tonight, Robert Hissong makes his return from Oxford. Last time we saw him, he finished second place there. Will tonight be his night, and will he be the one to end the streak and finally get the first victory off the board? We are ready to go at it here. Pace car comes off around out of turn 4. Race fans, it's time to get to the action. Here we go as they line them up around out of turn 4 to the green flag. We charge them off. Here we go. Oh, jockey for position. We got trouble down there. Chantel spent it out of turn 3, 1 and 2. Stays under green there, a little too aggressive on the throttle, and already the throttle model all over the place. Having a major situation just built up. Matthew Alford takes the early advantage. And the streak very much at stake here. Stanley Bottle, though, right now is kind of backing out here in the number 4 spot here with Dustin Sornaker and Robert Hissong following from behind. Hissong rocking the Monster Energy Chevrolet tonight, looking a little pretty sweet looking ride under that hood. Pretty conservative so far as we're taking the onboard camera. Problems down there for Kevin Baker, the 87. Had a great run there on Fort Thompson Speedway tonight. Not so lucky here. Martinsville Speedway already tearing him up and tearing up the car. That's the risky run, running these tracks in like that, man. You just gotta watch that speed, watch the conservative nature of it. And unfortunately, they did not watch it or heed the warning too well. Through the field we go here. Stanley Bottle impressively running 3rd right now. Jeffrey Todd Tufts running 2nd. Wow, this man, Matthew Alford, trying to end a bit of a streak of his own, well, being here as well as he's currently trying to fight his way down in. Stanley Bottle crashing down around turn 4. It looks like trouble down there for Jerry Keeney as well, the 61. No caution thrown here, but we will take a look at the Pete Simmons replay and find out what happened to both drivers here. Looks like a situation popping up on both ends of the spectrum. The Pete Simmons replay shows all and tells all. Watch this out of turn 4. The car just spins sideways there. He over throttles it, overclocks the motor, and he gets to Jerry Gary. Just kind of spin himself out as well in that same kind of area. Turn 3 and 4 bite another set of drivers. Chantel Bottle actually able to get 2 spots back up, so move into 6th place, as now 3rd place will go to Robert Hissong. The number 8 Chevrolet Monster Energy is starting to make the way and make the charge up, and now I got a feeling he might have a good opening here to really take full advantage of this one. On board with our good friend and old pal, rival of mine, Dustin Sornaker. Sparky on the show here, rocks his way down the back straightaway. So one thing right now I gotta admit I really love about Sornaker's game plan here. Watch how smooth and controlled he is. You saw him in that onboard, how less of a throttle rhythm he has. He's more controlled, more rhythmic. That's one thing I always said is very tough to do and very challenging to do, but when you get it down on tracks like this, it really makes a difference. It really helps you out for that long haul. So Jeffrey Todd Tuss right now, your second place driver right now, as he continues to rock the 72 ahead to the field. Into the wall protection he goes, just a slight bump there. No harm or foul there. Remember, we do have a halfway caution at lap 40 that will rack, stack, and put the drivers back on the attack. Working their way to the field right now. Currently, this driver we have our eye on. After a little trouble there in turn 1 and 2, just overclocked the motor and just clocked the turns in too much. But she does have one thing that's been overclocking, and it's not her computer. It is literally her race wins as of late. She has got 6 in a row. The undefeated streak has been untouched, unstoppable since the beginning. But there's one thing we know of is Jeffrey Todd Tuss and Matthew Hoffer. They have all put up a fight, put on a show for that one. But we have yet to see Robert Hissong and Dustin Sonaker even get in the mix and get into that battlement. But when they can catch up to her, I feel like they really put on quite the show and really put on a fight there. Looking at it down on the track here at the paperclip style place. This place absolutely humongous in its crowding facility and its look of the track. It's a beautiful track layout, beautiful setup and scenery, but the only thing is it's a very, very dangerous track for a lot of reasons. But the biggest thing is its design and shape. Again, this being a paperclip style track, the straightaways are tight and cornered off, and those runs are fast and compact, and you really got to watch every moment and every little spot you get. Major opening there by the A7. You see that one line track formation being put to good use. The 5 of Chantel Bottle now moving up back into 5th. Looks like the tires might have burnt in just enough to where she can get a more of a rundown, but again, when we get to the halfway point, how well will that play out? How well will that manufacturing feature for them later on when they really got to watch their corners and their spots more? That is where I worry, and I seem to really struggle to figure out how they'll handle it. Robert Hissong, a little bit of problem down there at turn 4. He gets a little sideways there coming off that corner. Through the pacing and through the field right now, Robert Hissong going to go out of here with Jeffrey Todd Tuss here after about 2 seconds ahead. But right now, as Hissong has to deal with Stanley Pottle there in that 48, currently on a lap down or two, having to struggle in here. Stanley Pollard right now just trying to make something happen, trying to get back up to the position again. He's trying to fight with lap traffic as well, really trying to fight his way in and hammer down here. Working our way through a little bit of problems down there. Kevin Baker coming off the back straightaway. Major issues there for the 87, and his night pretty much all but tore up. They just can't catch a break down there with that 87 machine. Motor quits and motor goes, unfortunately, and he'll have to work his way back into the field. Back on the outboard camera here, Matthew Hoffman. He's got 7 points to get lap here. Right now it is currently a little bit of a hesitation battle up front here, and it looks like if you want to talk about catching back up to this one as well, his song's going to have a little bit of company there. The 8 Monster Energy Beast going to have a little bit of work to do trying to hold off that 5 Matt Mills Racing machine there of Chantel Throttle Paddle. And the 5 opens the door up wide, takes it back away, and right now she is charging up ahead. His song losing a lot of time here, losing a lot of ground, especially with only about 10 laps remaining before we head to the stage break. This is a big circumstantial situation here right now. The way it's looking, that 5, it might be one of the tougher ones to beat on any track for that matter. She's catching quickly, and she's starting to catch up to Jeffrey Todd Tubbs. We want to talk about times-wise right now. Look at this, 5/10, 1/10, really, that's a maddening speeds there. Yeah, let's see, look at her look at time here, and it's another 3/10 of a second gain there. Good Lord. Oh, that's something you don't want to see as a driver, is someone catching up to you that fast and catching up to you, but I mean, I gotta lay right now, that is a driver right now that is not thrilled with how she started this one and wants to finish it out just right. Impressive stuff though from all ends of the spectrum as the drivers continue to fight their way around. Matthew Hoffert is still your race leader though, holding it down and holding the position in. And the caution flag flying out there, that is our halfway point caution. So a lot of just crazy races, crazy moments right out of the gate. Remember, and Jeffrey Todd Tubbs actually slowed down quite a bit. The 5 almost catching right up there with him. So that could have been a situation or two there for him, but he managed to stay clear of it and stay out of that mess there. We'll take a look back at the PT Mr. replay here and just give you a little idea on how quick and how fast this one changed on a dime here. This was before the caution came out here, as you're going to watch right here. Give you a better idea just of how quick these drivers fought it out. See the 5 kind of popping in your screen there. Walking them down the back straightaway. Watch this, just the speeds they carry in through the corners, and then caution drove in, but there are a couple laps there, and that could have been anybody's kind of race or situation. I would not want to be Todd Tuss right now if I was him, but he seems to be very well aware of that circumstance and that situation here as the field gets ready to fire him back up and get him ready to go at it again. He goes into pit road a lap later as Stanley Pottle goes in as well. Matthew Hoffert and Chantel Pottle will be heading out, so that will set up our next run around here. David McNeil coming on board earlier on, as well as Matthew Offord saying, "Woo, time for some Martinsville racing," and Matthew Offord saying paperclip. All right. So as the field gets ready to hammer down once more and have a little bit of a go around here, race fans, if you haven't already tuned on into the show for the first time, first off, welcome and thank you for tuning in to PTM Racing TV. This isn't just our first show we got tonight. No. We have two lined up in the rafters here. We have not just one, we have also a track in Legacy Michigan International Speedway being presented to you here soon enough. Green Mountain Grill Truck Series will be coming up your way here in just a little bit. Cannot wait to call that one and show you guys what we got in store for them. A lot of hard charging, a lot of hard racers to be had and ready to fight it out, to say the least. And they want nothing more than to put on a show for you as much as these drivers do. Now here is a circumstance and situation popping up. We're going to be going back to the green flag this time by. And the thing is, right now, out of our 8 drivers here tonight, this field being rock solid as can be, also has a little bit of a go around here, a little get or two they're going to have to be dealing with on a constant basis here. Looks like a little bit of a stream issue there. Hold on a minute, folks. Get the technical difficulties out of the way here. There we go. Sometimes I got to refresh the stream. It's just right. That's just streaming for you, folks. We'll see how they handle turn 1 and 2 this time. Last time it was a bit of a mess, a little bit of a situation popping up there. But to the green flag we go back on now. This will settle the score with halfway in this race. Much cleaner, much more anticipated, under control. Robert Hissong straight to the inside there. Dustin Sornaker making the charge and the beeline for it. And no surprise here, Hoffer doing everything he can to try to defend off the undefeated one, but Bottle will come up as quick as she can here to get him. They march their way down inside the corners here, and now it is Jeffrey Todd Tufts in the 72 going out of here with 66 of Dustin Sonaker. Both drivers putting up a bit of a fight last time they were on the show at Iowa Speedway. This time now here at Martinsville, seems to be nothing changed or nothing really giving any chances there. Onboard camera here, Stanley Bottle here as he makes his way through here. Oh, and a big lick and a half there. Gets a big shot there. He gets a tag and a half of Dustin Sonaker, and Sonaker able to refire, but good lord, he took a big hit and a lick there, and the caution flies out. Oh my, Stanley Bottle just not able to get out of his own way here, unfortunately, and getting into a bit of a mess there. I think he just overdrove the corner there, and you know, thankfully it wasn't one of those dive bombs you would have seen from Logano Intensive, thank God. But take a look at it from the PTS replay. Watch very carefully. Stanley's trying to set the car up. Thinks he's got it braked in just right, and he actually is on the brakes. You can see he's on the brakes, so trying to stop. But again, with those speeds and that control and conservation, it's just easier said than done. And Sonaker gets the full blunt of it, unfortunately. Oh my, and that will set up a restart here. This is our first one on the night. Second. So our field will now rack, stack, and all that go back on the attack here. And as they get ready to set this one down, Dustin Soniker already in pit road. He's going to try to get the car cleaned up a little bit, get taken care of down there. A big issue and circumstance having right there on the show. Chris Jordan now tuning on in, saying paperclip, eh? Yeah, Chris Jordan tonight's the paperclip tonight. And we know around these parks that paperclip track racing can either be really awesome and crazy, or it's a mental grind fest and people lose their mind and lose their shenanigans. So far, though, it has been pretty impressive. Some drivers having to work their way from literally the back and the outhouse just to get back up to the front and putting on a fight while they're at it. 8 cars in this lineup here tonight here, though. You gotta wonder which of these will be top of the line, top tier list here as we get ready to pick that the green. Ready to hit them back up, build the speeds, build the corners, build the runs. We're getting ready to go back at it one more time. This will be a 31 lap last minute shot to get this one fielded in. To the green flag we go, and they are back off and running. Through the corners they go here. Matthew Hoffert immediately out of the gate, having a good run around the first couple turns. That's the biggest thing, is turn 1, 2 to then 3 and 4. Building up a little bit of speed. He's going to try to build that momentum up quickly and try to keep ahead. He knows what's right behind him, and he knows what can happen here at Paperclips. All it takes is that one little close-up, that one little bump and run, and it's see you later and get out of here. Robert Hissong trying to keep it up there with Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Todd Tufts right now trying to hold him back and trying to keep him away from making the passes here. Hissong fast on the gas, fast on the momentum. Each driver doing their own thing here. Dustin Soniker back out as well, fighting up there. Old Sparkalicious here doing a great job keeping his corners in tight, keeping his runs in. Moving their way through the field here. Still a battle for the race lead. Matthew Hoffer, his speed, he's carrying through the corners in the speeds compared to Chantel Bottle. A little bit different in the speeds wise. 121 there for Hoffer, while 118 on the last get for the throttle. And again, the reason why it's 118 only is because really they're trying to conserve the tires, not trying to burst them in too quickly. Again, that long run, it means you have to slow down a little bit. You have to wait out just a little more, and then let the drivers kind of mess up their own end of the spectrum and mess up their own corners, because then it's pretty much they just start tearing the tires up to where they can't turn in as well. And that's where things get really tricky and they get complicated out there and dangerous for some. His song, Dustin Soniker now fighting it out there with Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Todd Tufts pulling the momentum and pushing the power for the floorboards, trying to hang in there. These drivers are not giving an inch to one another. They won't give anything up at this point. Top 3 going in, while the top 5 kind of having their own little way here. Kevin Baker, Jerry Keeney, and Stanley Pottle are both out of this one here. Unfortunately, Stanley Pottle not able to get the car refired after the damage he suffered there in turn 1 and 2. Working their way through the field now, about 7/10 of a second there for Hoffer there on the throttle. We'll take a look at the lap times here and show you guys the difference maker here. Now again, it does not seem like much considering what you saw Todd Tufts and her had earlier on, but again, that was literally when she had spun around and literally had to catch back up after 40 laps, so you know she's got a lot saved up, and I know Hoffer's crew chief is talking to him, literally telling him point blank, do not worry about what's behind you, just keep what's in front of you. Focus on the front. Do not let the rear catch your eye or catch any of your attention. You stay focused up there. Jeffrey Todd Tubbs right now still holding up the top 3. Robert Hissong, his return back from Oxford here. He's currently up 3 spots in the moment. It's good to see him right back out here in the old Monster Energy Beast. And for the most part, he's been really conservative and pretty chill. You can see him actually hitting that brakes pretty well and keeping the car nice and straight as he enters into the turn. It's one thing you got to really be careful about around here. A lot of folks always talk about on road courses is trailer braking. What does the trailer braking mean exactly? Well, trailer braking in this case is basically when you lock the brakes up as you go into the turn and you're actually trying to turn in with the brakes so you can get the car to rotate in faster. What it does actually though is it works for a short time or two for speed, but it also hurts your long haul and your long run because those tires take a serious beating and a half every time you do that, every time you get into that mess. Great to see what the 5 is doing here. She's braking a lot sooner, but look at how she's rotating the car in. She's rotating it more in under control and more smoothly rather than trying to burn it in quick and burn it out fast. And that's really what's making the biggest difference for her and Hofford. You look at what Hoffer's doing right now. He's got a major problem on his hands. He's actually cornering in much tighter, trying to keep the car more in line because he knows he can't build up as much speed now because that trail braking has kind of hurt his run and hurt his tires in. He just overdid it just a slight bit too much. Ooh, and right up ahead of him too. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of company out there. I believe that's Stanley Pottle right up ahead there, the Transformers 48. He's going to be a lap traffic ordeal for Hofford and Chantel. Here they come down the front straightaway. A little bit of a situation of brewing here. Stanley Pottle into the wall. He goes out of turn 2. Has to get out of that mess and get out of that way. He's got leaders up on him right here. Stanley, keep an eye on that rear view. Let the spotter just talk, man. Just keep an eye on the track here. Keep an eye on what's behind you, buddy. They've got 14 laps left to go. This is going to be our ordeal situation. Hoffert looking to try and knock down the streak and end his own losing streak. Chantel looking to be only one of the very few to have more than 6 wins in a row and really start a season off on a perfect pitch. Stanley going straight to the inside. He'll let them run. Almost cuts the 5 down there. Ho! I don't think Chantel would have appreciated that one too much. I think the Pottle clan would have been in a little bit of an ordeal there. Hoffert managed to get a little bit of speed off that actually because of that corner there. And now it's about 7/10 of a second here. It looks like he might just be able to hold off the 5. 12 laps to go. Now the only really big issue is how do you make a pass in this case? Because again, you've got literally no room to pass on this track. It's a 1-lane track. The only way to really make a clean pass is up on the outside or literally sneak your way in the inside zone. And laps extremely identical there. Nothing changed on that end of the front. Jeffrey Todd Tufts currently locked the top 3 in. He just needs a few more good laps around this place. Dustin Sonaker and Robert Hissong calling out the pace here. It's the battle up front that we are watching. Each driver making their own rounds, their own corners, making each turn match and count each time by. And it seems like they're doing that and then some. Time running out here, final 9 laps now. Matthew Hoffert has got the race lead still. He's had it all day long. Is he going to be able to continue this? He's had so much bad luck though. He just makes you wonder, can he finally knock the monkey off his back, get the curse out of there? Honestly, a driver that should have won a lot more than he has in recent memory. It's definitely going to be him in that 84 machine. 8 to go, and right now that 5, I'm going to tell you right now, she already just kicked it up a few notches. She just gained about a 10th on him. Hoffert knows she's coming. She was saving it for the last bit. 7 to go. This is getting it's getting more and more interesting. Will it be enough? Was there enough time in between for each driver to do their own thing? You can see those wheels just spindling through the corners and through the tires. They are shredded down there. Those things are tore up. But yet they still somehow managed to survive and pull up. And Stanley Pottle getting a little bit into the wall protection with the final 6 laps now coming up. 4 tenths now gained. Hoffert's in trouble. Oh, you can hear that motor screaming down there. He's trying, I mean trying to get the straights to help him out. He knows the turns aren't going to help him anymore. That's what you need at Martinsville. Final 5 laps. Todd Tufts is literally just waiting in the wings, waiting to see if either one of these drivers will crash in and give themselves a trouble or two. Every driver for themselves, every chance and opportunity to come out of here for now remain. Well, Chantel definitely has caught up to him, but again, now what do you do? Because you've got a situation on your hands. How do you pass? If she goes for the bump and run, she can definitely get it, but the thing is, she's a clean driver. She doesn't necessarily do that. If ever, she may have to go to the outside or dive bomb straight to the inside to catch him. Here we go, final 3. It's getting close, it's getting tighter here. Each turn, each corner is just making the biggest of differences. It's just getting harder and harder to not think about how many laps to go. That's the spotters right now. I can tell you right now, I'm hearing them in my ear. They are yelling and almost screaming in the guys and gals' ears right now, just telling them, stay focused, don't care, don't forget, don't think about anything else, just stay on the shot. Stanley Paul's got to stay down low though. We got Trumpety down there. He's got cut right in between. They'll cut right in between both of them. Stanley Paul gets into Chantel. And the white flag pops on out. And it's Matthew Hoffert who takes full advantage. Stanley tried to go into pit road, and it might have just cost Chantel Bottle everything and then some. Out of turn 3, brings it into turn 4. The Goodwrench Service 84 Chevrolet finally can end the streak of losing and end the streak of Chantel. It will be Hoffert winning at Martinsville. Oh my. Well, you talk about wild moments, you talk about crazy nights. Lap traffic ends up biting the dust and ends up biting some of our drivers. But Matthew Hoffert manages to eke this one out. The streak is over. 6 in a row comes to an end for Chantel Otto, and the losing streak for Matthew Hoffert can be relinquished and finally put to an end. His curse is over with. What a race, what a moment, and time lapsing away and time's just clicking down to the very end. Good Lord Almighty. Lee Pastor Paul saying come on board, and what a race it was here. Jacob Smith saying, wow, lap card ruined that. Eli Childs, wow. Okay, okay, this shot's going to be a little crazy here. Guys, it's alright. I think, I don't think Chantel's gonna be too mad. I think she's happy with the second place finish, but I'd say right about now, I would, definitely be, questioning the officials on that one. Let's take a look at the race results. Matthew Hoffert wins it, second to Chantel. The streak ends, but definitely worth the long haul there. Jeffrey Todd Tufts, third, fourth to Robert Hissong, fifth to Dustin Soldanker, sixth to Stanley Fottle, seventh to Kevin Baker, and Jared Keeney rounds out top 8 here tonight. Woo, boy, that was a bit crazy. And the funny thing is we still have one more race to go, folks. We have the Green Mountain Grills coming back out here. It is time for the Legacy International Motor Speedway to come on board here, and we'll see them in full throttle assault action here. We're going to go ahead and show our top 3 drivers here tonight real quick. Third to Jeffrey Todd Tufts. Chantel's streak comes to an end, but pretty much got the points race locked up. She can get a couple more finishes just like this one tonight, despite the controversy in there. But your race winner, ladies and gentlemen, he joins me down here in Victory Lane. That's Matthew Hoffert. Hoffy is now here with me now, and Hoffert, you know, you told me earlier today there's one thing you wanted to do. It was end the streak, not necessarily Chantel's, but your losing streak. I think you finally accomplished that and a little bit more here tonight, buddy. Hold on, folks. I think you still have I think you still have mic troubles down there. I swear, I cannot catch a break with him. He just can't seem to break that thing. Hoffy, you got us now, bud? Apparently, we do not have Hofford yet. Oh, up. Heard some here. Hofford. You
There
guys?
we are. There we are.
Oh, God, you really got to get that mic fixed up down there. I swear, I'm going to put literally some transponders in there, and I'll make sure that mic's working in your car. But hey, what a finish and what a night. Holy cow. You end up winning this one in probably what could be considered one of the crazier finishes we've seen in quite some time. What on earth was going through your mind there, bud?
Um, I was just kind of hoping Stanley would kind of stay low. I didn't expect him to go in the grass there. Kind of very unexpected, but darn good race. Darn good race. And sorry I had to break the winning streak, Puddles, but had to break my losing streak.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think she knew the time was coming, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, you was looking for everything and then some, and you wanted to get that win more than anything. Hofford, this one's been waiting for you for a while, but I gotta ask you, who do you want to thank here tonight for this finish?
PTM Racing League and all the racers that come out tonight and run this track. PTM Racing TV for the broadcasting every week, and friends and family watching at home. And thank you. And looking forward to next week. See if we can go for two in a row.
All right, Hoffer, well, you certainly got some work to do down there, but we'll let you get down to it and get that car set to go. Thank you for tuning on in, buddy, and congratulations on finally ending your streak and getting a win here tonight.
Thank y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Hoffer wins it at Martinsville Speedway under, well, bit of a crazier situation or race there. I've got to believe right now there is probably going to be a little bit of talking to in there. I'm not going to be for sure there, but let's just leave it at that. So, race fans, this is one is done and over with. One more to go, though. Green Mountain Grill is coming up about 20 minutes. Stay tuned. We'll be with you here in just a little bit. But for now, be safe. God bless and take care. I love you guys. See you in here in a little while.